Without security, there can be no meaningful development. We all are enjoying to ensure that we'll make sure that we work to ensure that there's security in our homes, in our communities, in our states, in the country, and the continent Africa. Because if we must move ahead, we must ensure that lives and properties are protected. Welcome to your program today. My name still remains Patrick Abambo. On this station, Africa Independent Television, on this program, Security Watch Africa, will bring you that information you need to keep your life safe and secured. So much to be talked about concerning issues of security, because like you and I know, the primary responsibility of any government is the protection of lives and property of that citizen. And if this government cannot do that, then there is question to be answered. And we hope that those in position of leadership in Nigeria will ensure that the lives and properties of Nigerians, the citizens they are elected to protect, are actually protected. So we are calling on the government at all levels, because it seems that the local level of governance is forgotten in Nigeria. Everybody is concerned about the federal, not talking about the state and the local level. But the local level is very, very important, and they must play their role in protecting the lives and property of their citizens or their indigenes. So welcome to the program today. Like you can see, I'm still putting on my face mask. That is what we are advised to do at all times. We must ensure that we keep to the protocols so that we can be protected, we can be safe from the rampaging COVID-19 pandemic. So many lives have gone, and we hope and pray that the solution will be sought very soon. Some countries, news we are getting from some countries such that we are being troubled. But with the measures taken by governments across the globe, I believe that there will be succor soon. Yes, back to the program today. We decided to do a report on this issue of COVID, because so many parts of the world are experiencing the third wave of this pandemic, and also new variants, because this virus is mutating every now and then. But before we bring you that report put together by Elizabeth TANKO, I want to announce that the Nigerian Air Force will be celebrating the 57th anniversary of its establishment, and their lineup of programs between the 19th to the 20th of May, just next week. There will be a lot of activities lined up, and one of those activities is the inducting of the, in fact, it's one thing that gladdens my heart, that Nigeria Air Force had continued to ensure that they are up to date in terms of equipment. The newly acquired JF-17 multi-role Thunder aircraft will be inducted, and I tell you, this aircraft is powerful, just like it's called, multi-role Thunder. And I'm sure that the bandits and the terrorists will get a hit of this very, very soon as this aircraft is on. There'll be a lot of activities, outreach program to the needy will be conducted. According to the release by the Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Commodore Edward Gamquet, a lot of activities will call, and Security Watch Africa will be part of it. We'll bring every bit of that program to you on this channel. Yes, let's go to the COVID report. Like I said, Elizabeth TANKO put a report asking Nigerians if the recent restriction of activities in Nigeria is necessary. Sit back as we bring you this report.
When a virus is widely circulating in a population and causing many infections, the likelihood of the virus mutilating increases. The more the opportunities a virus has to spread, the more it replicates and the more it changes. The COVID-19 pandemic has mutilated, and many countries around the world are experiencing different and tougher variants. A UK variant known as B117 lineage, South African variant known as B1351 lineage, Brazilian variant known as P1 lineage, with the discovery of a new variant found in Nigeria's neighboring country, Ghana. This variant is an Indian variant which is resistant to any form of vaccine. Nigeria, on its part, has declared curfew from 12 a.m. to 4 a.m., enforcing of compulsory wearing of face masks in public places, limiting numbers of persons in a gathering to 50 persons, and placement of bans on bars, nightclubs, gyms, and beaches. These are to be monitored by the Presidential Steering Committee and to last for an initial period of 1 month, beginning from Tuesday, 11th of May 2021. The government says that this is aimed to curb further spread of contacting the new variant. Security Watch Africa crew were on the street to hear from Nigerians if this move by government is necessary and hear the views on the matters.
On that, I think government is right. I think that's the work of government, to protect life and property of its citizens.
I don't have any problem with that, so long as we will be able to keep to the rules and regulations. I watched it on cable network the other day, the way people are dying in India. If we can be able to help ourselves, I think that is just the best way.
Yeah, for me as a medical personnel, I think we have to look at it from two different angles. Yeah, prevention is quite better than cure. The restriction to a large extent will help in curbing the spread. Even though you restrict some people, they still find a way to socialize and all that. But at least let it be that the government has played her own part by placing the restriction.
Restricting Nigerians from their movement, I think should be uncalled for. I can say it's uncalled for because it's not Nigerian that is affected. It's in Ghana. Here in Nigeria, we cannot even arrest the situation in Nigeria here. We now allow someone's sickness to come and influence the citizens here. No, it's not our portion. All what I'm saying is, I know government has tried very well in Nigeria. They have tried. Minister of Health and World Health Organization, I think they are assisting. From what I heard, I'm not a witness, but they have tried. But then they shouldn't rob Nigerians from their joy, from their rights.
As much as government is trying its best to curtail the spread of COVID-19 pandemic, Nigerians must adhere to the laws of restrictions and follow all the etiquettes of COVID-19 as directed by Nation Center for Disease Control. Elizabeth TANKO, Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Welcome back. Like you heard in that report, we must all ensure that we keep to all necessary protocols. And the instruction by the government about restriction of movement is very, very important because this new variant, it seems to be very, very troubling and killing in dozens. Yes, quickly we'll go to the Nigeria Police Force headquarters in Abuja, where the president of Police Officers' Wives Association visited the force headquarters with her team to seek for support for her program. Sit back as we bring you this report by SHEKINAH CHINKERE.
The new president of the Police Wives Association, POA, and wife of the Nigerian Inspector General of Police, Hajara ALKALI Baba, and executives of POA were at the force headquarters in Abuja to pay a courtesy call to the Inspector General of Police, IGP USMAN ALKALI Baba. The POA president informed her host and other senior police officers present the reason for the visit, which she said is to abreast the police management team of her planned programs.
My administration has decided to focus on the police family, which is the backbone of the entire police force. And as you know all, wives are the gatekeepers of the home front. So our husbands can go work front. To kickstart our theme, POA will head a symposium of stakeholders from across the country where ideas will be matched to accommodate the needs and expectations of each member of POA. This symposium will illustrate POA's first effort. They are as follows. A, design programs, policies, initiative, comprehensive, enough to address police families' concern as a whole. Secondly, spark cultural and institutional charge, in which police wives will play active role in the success of the police force as a whole. Increase membership and participation of POA members and develop each member's capacities towards the achievements of the objectives, and outlined above.
Hajia Baba stressed the importance and roles played by police families.
We will build a team on 3 main pillars. 1, health. Secondly, education. And thirdly, welfare. These thematic pillars captures the significant concerns of the police families. And when viewed holistically, addressing these 3 pillars will transform the police family from dependents to co-contributors that will support the officers on the field of both financially, mentally, and otherwise.
While responding, the Inspector General of Police, Acting IGP USMAN ALKALI Baba, thanked POA executive for their visit and pledged the support of his management team to the success of POA's activities.
You must assist the family in doing something. Whenever you have any program that requires our attention, we are, like I said, we are ready to give you all the support, be it financial or influence or whatever. You are welcome, and thanks for calling, and we appreciate for your coming, and thanks for all the accolades that you have given us, and we will be watching you from behind and watching your program. I hope all other members will give you the cooperation.
The #1 police officer in Nigeria urged police officers to encourage their wives to participate in the activities of POA.
For those senior officers and the officers that their wives are not here or are not doing POA, I want to urge you to please allow your wives to come on POA. POA is coming with a new zeal. POA is coming with a new zeal. POA is coming with new programs, and there should be partnership, and there should be. So please allow your wives to participate. It is not a gossip center like some people hope or believe. No influence on you negatively, and we'll always take it seriously. Whatever they want to do, we'll support them. Anything that is positive.
The visiting team are made up of wives of senior police officers. SHEKINAH CHINKERE, Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Welcome back. Yes, the home front is the backbone of every activity, so it must be kept well. Kudos to the wives of all security personnel all over the world, because they are doing quite a lot to ensure that the home front is well, and so that their husbands can do well to protect the lives of people. Yes, talking about doing well, Security Watch Africa put together a special report on the effect of post-traumatic stress disorder. It's a silent killer that has affected a lot of persons, not only those in the war front, not only those security officers, but even ordinary persons who are faced with one challenge or the other are confronting this silent killer called post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. Sit back as we bring you this special report by SHULLY Daniels.
Going through ups and downs is a normal path of human lives. Unfortunately, some people experience downs which are traumatizing, like those who are exposed to war zone areas, those wounded in action, kidnapped victims, or watching someone die in front of their very eyes. Many of those people who have experienced extreme pains or horrifying moments normally go through a period of anxiety. Most times, they get agitated and transfer their pains and grievances on their loved ones. This, health specialists call post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. In realization of the disturbing level of PTSD in the armed forces of Nigeria, the wife of the Chief of Defense Staff, Barrister Mrs. Anwuli Irabo, while visiting the Chief of Army Staff, stressed the negative effects on their husbands.
In the process of research, we found that in the last decade, Nigeria has gone through security challenges and insurgency in different zones of the country. Officers and men have been deployed over the years to address these challenges to ensure peace and security is restored in the country. As wives of these officers, what we see and hear show that experiences of many of these officers and men cannot be quantified. They leave these combat zones with physical injuries and suppressed emotional trauma built from experiences in the field. These experiences going unchecked have led to damning consequences in our military community. One of the major issues raised from the analysis of feedback from women across the country is the distinct behavioral traits such as nightmares, anxiety, insomnia, burst of anger, etc., not synonymous with their character before deployment. In consultations with medical personnel, we are made to understand that these behavioral changes are triggered in response to trauma. As such, is an expression of post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD.
Based on this, Security Watch Africa spoke to a mental health psychologist and the cognitive behavior therapy specialist, Susan Johnson DIBAL.
PTSD is one condition that is very, very common, but we, as Africans, don't see it as a bad condition or something we can talk about. But to define it in a layman's understanding is PTSD is the mental health condition that comes with either an event or an individual witness or an individual live with it. It becomes a problem when the flashbacks start coming. PTSD itself does not just happen. There must be a trauma. There must be a traumatic event that someone has passed through, which the flashback of that memory leads you to this thing they call PTSD.
Does PTSD exist in Nigeria, and who does it affect? Susan DIBAL gave insight.
This condition is common to everyone, but to people who find themselves in a situation of what they cannot curtail, especially with what we have today. Problem here, problem there, definitely PTSD must be there. And people who we identify with that PTSD is common with them are servicemen because of the combat situation we have. When you see your friend killed or you see someone killed, those are traumatic events that gives you flashback of memory, which, my dear, everybody is prone to it.
Speaking further, the mental health psychologist reviewed how best it can be managed.
I have managed PTSD or trauma to servicemen when I was in the service. And what did I do? Being a social worker, being a mental health psychologist, I went further to understand that there is a particular way this trauma can be treated cheap and easy, which I went into to study what they call CBT, Cognitive Behavior Therapy. This is a therapy that works with your thoughts. It works with the individual thought. What do you think? How do you think? What is your perception about something? If the counselor who uses cognitive behavior therapy working on the thought of the person, every day you go through the person's mindset, that helps a lot. Because there's another one, psychotherapy in talking. That is, you call it talking therapy. When you talk more about your issue, the less it becomes problem to you. But people don't even want to talk about what has happened. Or a system does not even want you to talk about what has happened to you.
Dangerous.
It's very dangerous because when you don't talk about it, it builds in you. And it takes time to wear away. And that traumatic stage in you is what deteriorated you in your daily activities, in your day-to-day activities, in your relationship with your family. Because trauma affects the whole part of an individual. It goes down to the family. If your father has a trauma that leads to PTSD, it boils back to the whole family. Because he does not see anything outside what he has witnessed, outside the events that keep echoing into the person. Counseling is one aspect too. And in Nigeria, the rehabilitation for people to come into a clinic or a call center. In the US, you have what we call veteran call centers. When veterans flash back the issue of what is making them to have PTSD, they make a call. In Nigeria, we don't have any call center. I don't know. Let me not say there is none. But from my understanding, a call center for veterans, where somebody is there ready to answer them, no, I don't think so. But that is a good one. Or an emergency center that is created. You make a call and somebody is there to talk to you about your issue. That is you too. Cognitive behavior therapy is one of the therapy that help mostly with the thought of someone with PTSD.
It is obvious that PTSD is a silent killer, not only to the affected, but also to his or her loved ones. However, it is advisable that urgent and concerted effort should be made to manage all those who may have experienced traumatizing situations. SHULLY Daniels, Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Welcome back. Yes, really, post-traumatic stress disorder is a silent killer and it's something that we must all, individuals, government, everybody must make effort to properly manage. Yes, let's go quickly because of time to our next report. Incidentally, will be the last report. There's a new trend that a lot of people are crying and complaining about, particularly in the capital city of Nigeria, Abuja, the metropolis itself, where you see herds of cattle and animals roaming the streets with their herders. And this is quite disturbing because a lot of traffic jam lockdown and even accidents are being witnessed. Security Watch Africa, PEGGY AGBEH did a report on this so that you can draw the attention of the authority to it and resolve it. Sit back as we bring you this report.
The sight of herdsmen, their cattle and other livestock is now a regular sight within Abuja metropolis. Not minding the consequences of their actions, herdsmen go around comfortably looking for vegetation for their cattle, even in areas where there is no vegetation. Road users have to constantly drag major roads with cattle, incurring minor and major accidents more often. Human life is being threatened due to continuous trespassing. What then is the essence of cattle rearing when human life is threatened daily? It is with this disturbing trend that Security Watch Africa took to the streets to find out this claim, if it is right, and what government can do to put an end to this seeming norm.
They carry their cattle, they roam around Abuja, inside the capital city, along the road, and I've seen them a few times, which is not good. It's not good actually, yes. I advise the federal government to find a settlement for the Fulani herdsmen and their cattle.
It's absolutely wrong. It's not good. It's not supposed to be so. The FCT administration has to take charge of this. I think there's a law in this FCT that banned this type of attitude. So it's not good.
They are not actually living on the street, if you ask me. Like in my own locality where I stay, I've been seeing cattle and they are well organized. They have not really been that bad. If they are bad, if the control of the cow has been, if it has been bad, do you understand? We will speak out. I'm a comrade, we will speak out.
What I would advise government, they should set up a committee or a panel in the community or in the site that will make a report daily or weekly to the government so that this thing can be find a solution to it. And most of the people they make the policy are not even having radio, not TV to hear about it. How could a Fulani man in the bush who will listen to the news in the town? Who will feed him back? Are you sending people, when they see a task force on the street or in the farm, that way we would know that something is happening. Without that, nothing will be happening. Do you even hear Fulani man apart from outside programs once a while? How many of you stay in the house to hear the news? They are inside the bush. And you are making the statement in the town, and nothing happened in the bush. And this cattle is not particular to the town alone, but based on the farmers. That's what they should do, and make sure that this communication is passed inside the city and the bush farmers to follow up. A woman government setting a committee or employ people to go to the, or security people to go to the farm or moving along the street to see what is happening. If they can hold one or two, then they will know something is happening. In fact, most of the time, if I'm not in office, like Saturday, I go to a farm. Then what is happening to the farm? Nobody. If you ask a man, he will not even hear the English talk about the policy.
Due to the fears of Nigerians on heathers and cattle roaming major roads, agencies responsible should rise up and enact laws to help curtail such occurrences. Peggy AGBEH, Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Yeah, I think this is calling on the authority, the Abuja Environmental Protection Board, to ensure that these cattle are taken off the streets and where they can graze. It's important that they have an assigned place for them to graze so that they will not constitute nuisance in the beautiful city of Abuja. On that note, we will have to sign out to this program for other programs to continue. If you have enjoyed watching this program, endeavor to join us again next week so that we can bring you another exciting program. You can follow us on our social media handles so that you can watch this program or previous editions of this program. Until we come here again next week, I say thanks for staying tuned and bye for now.